Hey guys! So, my website, thesyriansiren.squarespace.com, is officially up and running. This will be my go-to place for all of my services and accessories. Right now, I'm mainly selling necklaces, but will be adding more shortly, so make sure you stay tuned. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can book either a written or a live option just by checking out the booking service on the website. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon for extra content and readings. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nayanda, back again to do another pick a card reading. Today we are going to be doing a reading on what you need to hear today. So as usual, I would like for you to take a deep cleansing breath. I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 images on the next screen, and I will see you there. Okay, so if you're here, that means that you picked pile number 1. So let's turn down Beethoven. Okay. Let's see what we have for you, pile 1. So what does pile 1 need to hear right now? You need to hear that nobody can take your place, pile 1. Like, clear as day, nobody can take your place. There is a passion that you have for something, especially if it comes to work, that it's like is unmatched. Some of you might be debating whether you want to continue working with other people. There's some sort of competitiveness that's making you sad. It's like whatever environment that you're in, you could be in a really competitive environment, but give me 1 second. Oh, I apologize, pile 1. So anyways, you could work in a place where it's like, for lack of better terms, like a dog-eat-dog situation, but more than anything, it's like, it's not just competitive, it's like sabotage. Does that make sense? So it's like, you live in the kind of place where it's like almost like a jousting match. It's like you're not walking away from this shit alive, baby. Like, it's like you have to really, you know what I'm saying? It's like to win in whatever environment that you're in, you have to one up somebody, or you have to defeat somebody, or you have to replace somebody. It's something like that. And it's like, because of that, maybe that's the reason why you need to hear that nobody can take your place. Because whatever it is that you bring to the table, pile 1, nobody else could ever match how you do it. Nobody else will ever... Hold on. Sorry about that, pile 1, but yes. Essentially, you can never be replaced. It's like, whatever it is that you bring to the table, whatever it is that you offer in the place that you work in, nobody could ever offer it, and nobody else could bring it like you bring it. It's like you have this passion and you have a tenacity for what it is that you do that is unmatched. Nobody, even on their best day, could ever match what it is that you do. You know what I mean? But with that having been said, if you're working in an environment where you have to take another person down to be able to get up, or it doesn't have to be like that, but that's how people typically tend to function, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, it's 100% required in this field that you act this way with one another or with your coworkers. You know what I mean? I'm also hearing flippant. 1 second. But yes, nobody will ever be able to do it how you do it. And I think that you've experienced enough sadness maybe in this environment for you to kind of lose your passion for it, if that makes sense. It's like clarity on the 3 of Pentacles. It could be like your coworkers or the people that work in the same environment as you. It's like almost like you have a passion for what it is that you do, but you might not have a passion for the area that you're doing it at. You could be dealing with a Libra here. But you could be like bound by a contract or something like that where you're forced to have to work with other people. I'm hearing banking for some of you guys. You could work at a bank or a firm of some sort. It could be a law firm even. But yes, so it looks like maybe some of you guys are having to speak up for yourself at work, is what it looks like here. Or maybe you need to speak up for yourself when it comes to you and your coworkers. But it's almost giving me clarity on the 4 of Cups. Some of you guys are losing passion for what it is that you do, or where it is that you're doing it, or maybe even how you're doing it. I'm also being true to myself, so it's almost kind of like maybe you don't feel like you're being true to yourself, but also at the same time, you don't want to let it go. Because it's something that you've accomplished. It's something that okay. So it's not to say that you're not passionate about it anymore. It's just like you lost the joy in it. You know what I mean? But it's like you're going to hold on to it because you've worked really hard to get here. And it's like maybe you're trying to re-spark that passion or reignite that passion. I don't know. What is this pertaining to for Pile 1? Pile 2 might be significant. Anxiety. I'm hearing superficial. So you're anxious because people are focusing on superficial things about you? Or you're anxious because you feel like you're surrounded by superficial shit? Is what it sounds like. I'm hearing baboons. That's crazy. But you could be dealing with a Scorpio here. Yeah, it's almost kind of like, it's not to say, like I said, it's not to say you don't have passion for something anymore. It's just not what it used to be, or it's not how it used to be, or it's like it doesn't hit the same. And it's just, yeah, I can keep doing this, and yeah, I'm phenomenal at doing what it is that I'm doing. And if that's what you needed to hear, then yeah, you're phenomenal at what it is that you do. Especially if you're like in a field where like you've worked your way to like number one, and nobody's been able to touch you, even if they tried to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not that you don't have the passion for it anymore, of course, but it's like you don't have the joy in it. So it's like, if there's no joy in it, there's no inspiration. I think that in another reading I said back in the day too, sometimes it's when you have reached a certain point, it's like when you play a video game. You know what I mean? Once you get to that final level, it's like, unless you really love that game, typically you're kind of bored of the storyline, or it gets predictable and you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, you can only play the same game so many times, unless it has a continuous storyline. But for the ones that like used to end, it's like it just ends and it's like, that's the end of the game. What the fuck am I going to do with this now, you know? So it's possible. Come in. Okay, Pile 1. Sorry about that. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so you could be dealing with some sort of anxiety, clarity on the Nine of Swords. Yeah, because it's like that you almost like your soul desires to expand in some way. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like, you're going in and you're doing what you gotta do and then you're leaving. And as I'm going in, I'm doing what I gotta do and I'm leaving. And it's like, yeah, like I said, it's your thing, right? But it's also kind of like I'm almost kind of getting this attitude of like, I wonder what else is out there. I wonder what else could I be experiencing if I wasn't doing this, right? And it's not even to say, let's say that it's something that you do have a lot of love for, but maybe just like you need a break from it. I don't really know, Pile 1. It's almost kind of like you're losing your passion for something, or your battery is draining with something, and it's starting to make you anxious, especially because it's just like, maybe it's a toxic environment and you're kind of getting sick of it. Can I get clarity on the message for Pile 1? Yeah, it looks like you have a decision to make. It's like you're balancing your priorities. Maybe you're a little scared. I just keep getting like, it's like a sudden change that either you want to make or you're contemplating making. It could even like, if getting out of a deal or getting out of a contract of some sort. It's like you want to do something, and maybe for some of you guys, it's like on what's on the other side of that, right? Or how would I feel? How would I feel if I were to do things differently, or like, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of self-exploration. And it's like, maybe in one hand with this Four of Pentacles, it's like you're holding on to it because it's safe and it's like you're familiar with it, right? But then also at the same time, it's making you anxious because you know that there's something else or other things that you could be doing, or you could be expanding beyond this. But I don't know, maybe you have some bad habits, like maybe you have some overspending habits. Maybe what it is that you want to do would require for you to make a different kind of investment, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this money makes, okay. The only example that I can think of, Pile 1, is like, let's say that you have been working a 9 to 5 or working somewhere structured for a really long time, and now you want to step out of that to go into your own business, right? Or like, let's say like you're a real estate agent and you're working as a salesperson right now, but now you want to get your broker's license and open your own brokerage. You know what I mean? It's like something like that where it's going to require something or a little bit more effort from you, and you're gonna have to start, like, not necessarily all over, but it does kind of feel like it's all over, and that might be a little bit of a risk for you, but it's almost kind of like you're deciding whether it's worth it or not, because it's gonna cause a tower moment for you, which I hate to use tarot terms on my channel, but it's gonna cause like a really abrupt shift for you, and it's like, is that shift worth it? And for some of you guys, you could be even deciding like, can I afford that? It's weird because in your energy, Pile 1, I do feel invigorated though. It's like, It's like this invigoration, and then it's like anxious, then it's like, wait, no, maybe, and then it's like scared. Yeah. So what advice do we have for pile 1? You could be dealing with an emperor. Some of you guys want to start your own business. You could be dealing with the Capricorn here. Clarity on the 2 of Cups. Oh. Huh? If it's about a business, maybe you have like a business or a partner that you want to go into business with that you feel like would be helpful if you were to do this. That could also be the case. Clarity on the Fool card. I'm hearing faking it. Some of you guys, whatever it is that you're doing, you might feel like you're faking it right now. Weird. Well, yeah, so that's the message that I have for you, pile 1. For some of you guys, this could pertain to a relationship. Like starting a relationship over. Like maybe, I don't know, like the passion was lost in a relationship, you want to start it over. I wasn't getting that storyline the entire time, just the 2 of Cups came out and I'm like, okay, that could be a business partnership too, or it could be whatever. But that's the message that I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the information in my bio below. Apart from that, I will see you next time. Ciao! Alright, welcome back, and if you're here, that means that you picked pile 2. So let's go ahead and see what message you need to hear right now. What message does pile 2 need to hear right now? I'm hearing down with the sickness. Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm hearing I should have stayed. I should have stayed? So maybe some of you guys are feeling like you should have stayed somewhere? Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are listening to Disturbed, but and suddenly it changes, violently it changes. Okay, some of you guys need to go on a fucking vacation. That's what it is. Some of you guys need to save up your money to go on a vacation. Whatever it is you're doing, you need to cut that shit and go on a vacation. That's really what it looks like. Clarity on the message for pile 2. Some of you guys are doing way too much. Way too fucking much. Yeah, there could be some sort of conflict right now. For others of you, you need to save your money a little bit better. There could be... Some of you guys might have gotten sick recently and maybe you weren't able to work for a while. So essentially, whatever it is that this card represents, you need to do to be successful. Can I have clarity on the 6 of Wands? Or clarity on the 4 of Pentacles, actually. And suddenly it changes. Some of you guys could be saving up for a wedding. Oh my god, who's calling my phone? That's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you guys could be saving up for a house as well. I'm almost kind of getting the vibe that cleared in the 4 of Swords. Yeah, some of you guys need to relax. I'm hearing relax. Just like y'all need to chill the fuck out. That's what you need to hear right now. Is like you need to, whatever you're doing way too much. Way too much, okay? And it's almost kind of like, I'm almost kind of getting, holding back would benefit you somehow. It's like you have different things in your life that could use your attention that you are neglecting or that are not getting handled because you are hyperfixated in some different direction, or you're, I don't know, it's like you're doing too much. If you need to relax or go on vacation, you're probably working too much, okay? And it's like maybe you're working a lot because you need to make up for some sort of financial deficit. For some of you guys, you might take care of your mother, I'm hearing. Like something for your mom or something that your mom wants or needs. Maybe you want to buy your mother a house. Oh, that would be so sweet. Ooh. That's kind of hot. But anyway, clarity on the Queen of Pentacles. A chair is still a chair. For some of you guys, you need to cut down from working so that you stop pissing your partner off if you're in a relationship. Oh wait, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta look up the words to this song. A house is not a home, bitch. Some of you guys, not to point at you, that's hella aggressive. Some of y'all. Oh no, not some of you guys are hurt. Okay, that took a left. Okay, pile 2. Some of you guys could afford to take some time off from work. Especially if you're in a relationship with somebody, you could afford to take some time off from work. That's what it looks like. It's like if you're working a lot, there's some arguments that are brewing between you and this person. And it's like, and for some of you guys, it's because you're working really hard to become successful. Hey, listen, that's totally understandable in my opinion. I'm going to be honest with you. But it's like there's also other things. A house is not a home. It's crazy, nigga. What? Yeah, essentially, pile 2, it's like you can work and work and work and work and work, but ultimately it's like if you end up losing, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I did all this shit and I got all these things, but it's like I'm alone. You know what I mean? And it's like, although being alone, because I love being alone, listen. But it's like, especially if you have somebody that you care about, and it's like, is it worth it to potentially lose that person just because you don't want to stop working? Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess because what I'm saying, it'll be different for all of you, but it's almost kind of like you're not, you could be balancing your priorities out a little bit better is what it looks like. I hope I'm just reading the cards. This is not coming from me. I'm just reading what the cards say. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I hope I'm not coming for nobody's neck. Clarity on the 5 of Wands. Yeah, this is about you are you neglecting your relationship? Oh. First, I'm hearing some of you guys might feel like somebody blames everything on you. Some of you guys might feel like somebody blames everything on you. You could be dealing with a Leo. Yeah, clarity on the Strength card. Yeah, some of you guys might be in a long distance kind of a thing. Others of you might be holding back from someone and it's causing an argument. I don't know, child. All I know is, I guess the message that I'm pretty much getting for you, pile 2, is you need to go on a vacation. You need to take some time to yourself to do, either if it's just chilling on your own, if you have a person, chilling with the person, whatever it is, because ultimately there's more to life than work, right? There's a lot more to life than work. And it's like, especially if you're feeling burnt out, it's like you could be having way better experiences. It's okay to take some time off for pure enjoyment's sake. You don't always have to, I feel like a hypocrite saying that, but you don't always have to be productive, or you don't, what is that Italian saying? Il dolce far niente, which is the sweetness of doing nothing. So it's like, look that up. I gotta put that somewhere over here. Il dolce far niente. It's essentially, yeah, it's an Italian concept where it's like doing absolutely nothing, like you're just rotting, I guess. And how beautiful it is to do that, the sweetness of it, you know? And you might need to master that, pile 2, is the sweetness of doing nothing. Not worrying about an obligation, not worrying about this, not trying to do, just the sweetness of doing nothing, okay? It doesn't have to last forever, but it is very imperative that you learn how to do that, especially for your health. It's really good for your health, but it's not good for your health to only do nothing. Gotta find a healthy balance. But let me get what the final messages for pile 2. Oh, some of you guys might be graduating soon. You're stable. The final message is you're stable. You're stable? Clarity on the 9 of Pentacles. You're content. And you're just really competitive. You're just really competitive, and that's awesome. I don't think that the competitiveness is a bad thing. I think it's just being cognizant of when, okay, my body is telling me that I need a break. My mind is telling me that I need to break. Everything around me is telling me that I need to take a break. I need to slow down, okay? Definitely do that for yourself, and you deserve it. You know what I mean? You definitely deserve it. But anyways, thank you so much for coming to your reading, pal. Too. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the information in my bio below. Apart from that, I will see you next time. Ciao! Alright, thank you so much. So if you are here, that means that you have come for pile number 3. So let's see what message we have for you. What message does pile 3 need to hear right now? I'm hearing you need to backtrack on something. You could be dealing with a Leo here. You could have Leo placements. A little friendly competition never hurt anybody, pile 3. That's what it looks like. Or you need to be strategic. Clarity on the message for pile 3. I'm also hearing what's done in the dark will always come to the light. There's a conflict of some sort. Where you're having to be wise, I'm hearing. Why is the 5 of Wands here? So maybe you're in the middle of a conflict, but you're being strategic. I'm hearing red and black from Les Mis. Don't tell me you're a Les Mis fan. I don't know why I said it like that. You can be living with the Scorpio here. God, I hope so. So, red and black. My pigeon! Ah! But anyway, red and black is the song that the, what would you call them? The soon-to-be makeshift soldiers, that's not what they're called, but essentially the men that are going to fight in the French Revolution in the barricades. Okay, I have 2 storylines for you, pal 3. The first one is you might be prepared to go into battle, and you're essentially like, I'm gonna fight for what the fuck it is that I believe in, and what happens, right? Because essentially that's what they're talking about, but also you could also be deciding to fight for somebody that you care about, but that could be getting in the way or creating friction between maybe some of your friends, maybe, because when I'm thinking about it, it's like, Marcius, correct? Marius. Okay. Yeah, so Marius, when he goes into the barricades to, or essentially when he goes to meet up with his friends to discuss the revolutionary shit that they're about to do, right? He had just left from meeting a girl that he had, like, fallen in love with in first sight, right? So he comes in and he was like, guys, you'll never guess what the fuck just happened. I was just moseying on down the street. I made eye contact with the most beautiful girl I ever seen in my fucking life. And I found out where she lived. We was exchanging verses back and forth. And I think that I fell in love with this girl. And the guys are like, ooh, we've never seen you get like this before. And then they're kind of teasing him a little bit. But essentially they're also kind of telling him that, like, if you're going to go into battle, kind of like it's not the best thing to get in a relationship. So some of you guys, it could be that maybe, okay, why do I feel like all of these correlate, and it's kind of getting on my nerves? Some of you guys are in an environment that's very competitive. So it requires a lot of your attention, right? Especially with this 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands here. I'm hoping that this makes sense for the person it resonates for, okay? In a very competitive atmosphere. That demands a lot of your attention and a lot of your energy. And some of you guys might enjoy that competitive atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? You might kind of get a thrill from it. You know what I mean? But it's almost like you feel like you're being called to go somewhere else. And ironically enough, Marius does actually go. So when they actually do set up the barricades and they're fighting against the French military, Marius, he does fight with them. All of his friends end up dying, though. But Marius is pulled away by, God damn it, Jean Valjean. There he goes. So Marius is pulled away by Jean Valjean, and he saves him because he is in love with this girl. So essentially, Jean goes into the barricades, he finds him and he pulls him out, and this dude is like he's passed out, like he's been through some shit because he was just fighting. All of his friends are dead, but Marius didn't need to be there. So it's like some of you guys might be in an environment, because Marius was passionate about the revolution. So some of you guys might actually be really passionate about where you're at. I can't believe I'm using Les Mis references. This is so cool. Marius was passionate about the revolution. In fact, ironically enough, he came from a rich family. So a lot of his friends would make fun of him a little bit because they're like, nigga, what are you doing here? Like, you're going to fight for the revolution? Why would you do that? And then he's essentially like, what's right is what's right, right? So it's like, when it comes down to it, though, it's like ultimately, yeah, if you're going to fight with us, essentially, you might not walk out of this alive. So you putting attention on this girl or whatever, it's kind of a, is it worth it? You know what I mean? But ultimately he did end up with the girl because he was saved by somebody. So it's like, some of you guys might enjoy a certain environment or the competitiveness or the environment or the, you know, the tension of something, but I'm almost kind of getting, it's not good for you. That's how I'll word it. And whatever this environment is that you are in, although you do enjoy, it's so foggy outside, that's crazy. Although you do enjoy the tension of it all, it's not safe for you either. And what it's kind of giving me is a lot of you guys feel as though, how do I put this? If you don't feel as though, you're gonna feel as though something higher than you has been calling you to leave that atmosphere, to leave that environment, right? And that might be making you a little bit anxious because it's like your friends are there. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like your friends are there, you have a long history there, you know what I'm saying is you built a lot in that environment, but it's not good for you, and it could actually end really badly for you if you stay in that environment. So it's like with Marius being in the front lines and fighting in the revolution, he would have died if he stayed there with his friends, which is what he was willing to do, but that's not what his calling was. That's not what his fate was, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like your fate, Pile 3, is to experience something different. Does that make sense? And it's like your fate is almost to experience something better than what it is that you're currently in. And it's like, I don't know, for some of you guys, it could be like, love is a battlefield, right? Some of you guys might be, if it's not work, it could be like the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's kind of like you could be used to being single, and it's like you could meet somebody, but then it's like you're conflicted because it's like, okay, if I leave my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, if all my friends are single and then I get in a relationship, then what does that mean for me and my friends? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we have all this together and we have all this history together, and it's like, I don't want to lose my friends, or I don't want to have to change. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of you guys might feel like, especially if you're getting into a commitment right now, it's like, am I going to lose myself? Am I going to lose my social life? Am I going to lose, you know what I mean? That's also another way of interpreting the cards with just the information that I'm getting. And it's like, the reality of it is, Pile 3, is you'll never really know until you try it. But if you feel like you're being called in a different direction, or if maybe even if you like, you don't feel like you're necessarily being called, but it's like you want to go in a different direction, don't deny yourself an experience just because you're afraid of certain things, because you never know if your worst fears are exactly just that, just fears, if that makes sense. So it's like some of you guys, I'm sorry, I'm looking at how foggy it is, I cannot even see outside. So it's like, if it comes to, you're going from being single to being in a relationship, right? Or being single to being even married. It's like, oh, well, I'd never be able to see my friends again. It's like, that's not always a guarantee if you're getting married or if you're in a relationship, you know? There's some people don't care to take you away from your life. It's just, you're also sharing it with me. You know what I'm saying? Or with, you get what I mean. So it's kind of like, you might be thinking a little bit too drastically about the situation, but let me get more information. I'm hearing an Aries might be significant. Can I get more information on the message for pile 3? Oh yeah, this is about love, bitch. That's hella funny. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe I got that. That's weird. Okay. No, this is about love. Pile 3. I'm hearing, I'll never fall in love again. Okay, some of you guys might have thought you would never fall in love again. But here you are. Look at you. We love that here. That's crazy. So maybe you want to take action on something, and that's where the whole storyline of, your friends might be digging into you. Your friends might be digging into you. Some of your friends might be making fun of you a little bit. Just a little bit. One second. Yes. Some of your friends might be making fun of you. Straight up. Where it's like ooh, not you being down bad. That's crazy. But it's making you anxious somehow. Clarity on the Nine of Wands. Some of you guys might okay. So, okay. If it's about love, which it looks like it is, it's like taking that next step. So it's like you might be on the verge of being in a relationship or a verge of getting engaged, or even like your wedding could be tomorrow or something like that. And it's like, what the fuck am I doing? What's that movie? It's a movie called never mind. But yeah, like a little cold feet. That's crazy. Life is insane right now. But yeah, pile 3. So what advice do we have for pile 3? That's hella funny. I think you already know what the advice is, pile 3, but I'll tell you anyway. It's like if you got a new beginning coming for you, right? And it's like, it's just something different from you, especially if it's like about a relationship or a love situation, go ahead and take that leap, because I promise you, it's almost kind of, I don't want to say that because I don't know for sure, but you'll still have your life is not going to go anywhere, but it's like it's almost kind of like you might not realize that like dying alone might not necessarily be the best thing, or loneliness, being by yourself all the time might not necessarily be the best thing. It's like maybe in theory, like I could see where the benefits of it would be, but it's like there's so much more happiness for you on the other side, that like that's the reason why you're being guided in that direction. So anyway, that's what I have for you, pal 3. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the information in my bio below. Apart from that, this is where we end our journey. I'm just gonna skedaddle. I will see you next time. Ciao. Yeah. Fuck yeah.